Today, we visit the island of Bermuda for the playing of the Goslings Invitational at Mid-Ocean Club, Port Royal Golf Course, and Belmont. We'll see who is crowned champion and gets the exemption to the PGA Tour's Butterfield Bermuda Championship next. Hello and welcome to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman here on the beautiful island of Bermuda for the Goslings Invitational. We had the chance to speak with the Goslings family about this event that happens every single year. A golf tournament that combines, well, a lot of golf and even more fun. We are back for another year of the Goslings Invitational here in Bermuda. There are people from a bunch of different countries playing in this tournament. It's not just all golf, a lot of fun involved too. I mean, hey, you've brought out the fun jacket after your first round at the Pro-Am today.
Yeah, this is a fun jacket, but this is also, I think we use it as the tournament jacket for the winner for 2 years in 2018, 2019.
Yep.
Which is now changed to, I wouldn't say better jacket, just a little bit more classy, more in line with the Goslings brand. It's, you know, Madras. You picked it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's yours?
It's what your grandfather would have worn on a regular basis.
Right. Yeah, it would have just been a regular jacket.
So today everybody comes out, there's a Pro-Am here at the Mid-Ocean Club, and then the next couple of days, the real golf action actually starts. Walk us through what we can expect throughout the tournament.
Well, it starts tomorrow at Belmont Hills, and then it moves from there back here to Mid-Ocean for the second round, and then it finishes at Port Royal Golf Course, where they have the Butterfield Bermuda Championship, which is a PGA Tour event. And the winner of this event, the Goslings Invitational, actually gets an exemption into that pro tournament, into that tour event.
And it's not just golf all day long. There's a lot of fun events too, right? The most important stuff is starting now, right? It's the party.
Right now, right? The best hole, even though this is a gorgeous golf course, the best hole is still the 19th. And it gives these guys an opportunity to really sample all the different rums that we have, because we have such a variety. I was just inside speaking to a person that said he had never had Goslings, but he very, very rarely had even tried rum before. And he goes, now I'm sold. He goes, I wasn't a rum drinker, now I am. He goes, every time I had a dark and stormy on the course, I made a birdie.
So you're going to get one of those rum tours this week at the Goslings?
I think he will.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Beautiful weather here for the first day, and for the Pro-Am, time to get the party started.
It is. It is. Let's go.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Putting on an international golf tournament is a lot of work. Just ask Robbie Thompson, who runs Champion Golf Group.
Partnering with the PGA Tour and getting an exemption to the Butterfield Bermuda Championship is amazing. It's going to bring more and more people from more and more countries. Ultimately, the goal here with the Goslings family and us as tournament operators, we want to bring more people to Bermuda in this event so everyone gets to experience great golf on a fantastic venue. The unique thing about the Goslings Invitational is you get professionals from all over the world, past PGA Tour players, future Champions Tour players, and your favorite golf professionals around the world. Also, we see tons of top-ranked amateurs battling for world amateur ranking points, and your 10 handicap that's going on his golf trip to see the world-famous Mid-Ocean Club, a PGA Tour Stop in Port Royal Golf Club, and then Belmont Hills, the traditional host facility of this event for 40+ years. Tournament prep for this event, although extremely fun, it's extremely challenging because you have to deal with weather, you have to deal with wind, you have to deal with completely different things that we deal with in the United States. So each course presents its own challenges, but yet it makes it so much fun to kind of piece that puzzle together as tournament operators. So you have to plan for wind, you have to plan for weather, you have to plan for heat, you have to plan for everything and hope for the best.
Next, we talk to some of the players in the event, and we'll look at the courses the players will be playing when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings, the official rum of leisure.
Duca del Cosma, Italian Golf Evolution. Puka, the original. Club Benchmarking, your partner on the path to data-driven leadership. Sociable, start trending sociably.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings, the official rum of leisure.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman, and we are here at the Whale Bay Battery, right near the 15th tee box at the Port Royal Golf Club. We had the chance to speak with a bunch of players who are teeing it up this week at the Goslings Invitational. So you spend your days traveling the world playing golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
You found yourself here in Bermuda. What made you want to play in the Goslings Invitational this year?
Once I heard about it, so I connected with Malcolm Jr. and he spoke about like what the Invitational is about, what it meant to the family, and he just goes, if there was time in my schedule, and I was like, there was no reason not to come. And I think so far, from what I've experienced over the last few days, it's been really amazing.
This event is definitely one of the highlights for the fall season, and you know, I'm excited to play it every year. You know, this is the event after the qualifier usually. This year, sadly, I didn't qualify through the local qualifier, so this was kind of my last chance at qualifying.
It's been, as I say, I first came over with my wife, and the two of us just couldn't believe how beautiful it was. You know, staying in the Princess Hotel, the beaches were just like nothing we've ever seen before. The water is nothing like we've ever seen before. So it's been such an amazing trip so far, and I can't wait to come back in a couple of weeks. It's amazing.
The Goslings Invitational is contested over 3 courses on the beautiful island of Bermuda. Port Royal Golf Course was for years the host of the PGA Grand Slam and is also the host of the PGA Tour's Butterfield Bermuda Championship. This fantastic track will take your breath away as you marvel at the incredible vistas while you play. This unique property offers dramatic elevation changes and breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean. The front 9 has some unique holes. The par 3 third hole is a short hole over water, and wind is a factor. The 6th is a short par 4. Driver isn't necessary. The approach is to an elevated green, so choose more club. The 8th is a mid to long iron to a green framed by the Atlantic Ocean. The back 9 is a demanding test of golf. It really starts at the uphill par 4 14th. Don't be left on your drive, or it's gone. The 15th is a dogleg right short par 4 that requires a well-placed tee ball. The 16th at Port Royal is an Instagram favorite. This 220-yard par 3 has the Atlantic surf crashing below. If you mishit it, miss right, otherwise your ball is in Davy Jones' locker. 18 is a great finishing hole that is all uphill. Newstead Belmont Hills Golf Course is less than 6,000 yards, but it is probably one of the toughest 5,900-yard golf courses you'll ever play. The local Bermudians love to play here. It features elevation changes and opportunities to make birdies, but with out of bounds on every hole, big numbers await. The course is known for the devilish par 3 fourth hole, measuring less than 100 yards. Don't be fooled, the 3-tiered green is brutal. The 7th hole is a good par 3 of about 175 yards. Water is on the left, OB on the right. The 8th only requires a 200-yard shot off the tee on this par 4. The approach is uphill to a small green. The finishing holes get all of the chatter at the Invitational. 17 is a downhill par 3 with a fantastic view. Club selection is a must because OB is on the left and right. The par 4 18th will make you grip the club a little tighter. It measures only 360 yards, but accuracy off the tee is a must. The green is large and protected by sand. 2 golf courses only miles apart that offer 2 entirely different experiences. The Mid-Ocean Club was designed by Charles Blair McDonald along with Seth Rayner. When you walk onto the property, you immediately feel the history and grandeur, much like you do when you step on other iconic courses across the globe. It has entertained presidents, prime ministers, and dignitaries from around the globe. The pink clubhouse is as recognizable as any clubhouse in the world. It looks out towards the Atlantic's blue-green waters. The beach club for members and guests is in an idyllic setting, and the club has activities including tennis, but it's the golf course which Mid-Ocean is known for. Mid-Ocean has challenging and legendary holes throughout its layout, which is set upon an amazing piece of property with stunning elevation changes. The Atlantic breezes can wreak havoc with your round turning the most benign hole into a terror. The elements are always a key factor when you tee it up at the Mid-Ocean Club. The fifth hole is a cape hole that was once described by Sam Snead as one of the great par 4s in the world. The par 3 13th is a world-renowned hole that tips out at 238 yards, but it is the Biarritz green that is known for its deep swell that bisects the green. The closing holes are along the Atlantic, and it is the perfect ending to a fantastic day. You need a member to get you on, or you can simply participate in the Goslings Invitational to check off one of the top 100 golf courses as being played on your golfing bucket list. Still ahead, we recap final round action at the Goslings Invitational when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings, the official rum of leisure.
Now, let's take a look at the final round of the Goslings Invitational here at Port Royal Golf Club in Bermuda, joined by our executive producer, Stephen Icardi.
The 2024 Goslings Invitational started with the Pro-Am being played at the historic Mid-Ocean Club. This picture-perfect day of golf was followed by a fantastic reception with generous Goslings and Bermudian hospitality. Day one of the tournament was held at Belmont Hills, and the course was in great condition. Scotsman Graham Robertson took the early lead, having never played the course before, and shooting a 664 for a two-stroke lead over Bermudian Nick Jones and a three-shot lead over past champion Henry Smart. The second day, unfortunately, was wiped out as Tropical Storm Oscar forced cancellation of the round that was scheduled for Mid-Ocean. The final day would be a 36-hole affair with a cut at the top 14 players playing in the final 18 holes. The blustery conditions continued throughout the day, albeit under blue skies. In the morning round, former U.S. Mid-Amateur champion Matt Parziale carded one of the best rounds of the day, shooting even par in the wind-blown conditions, leaving him 2 shots back. Robertson faltered a bit, shooting a 2 over 73, while Nick Jones shot 72, leaving him 1 shot off the lead. The final group featured Matt Parziale, Graham Robertson, and Nick Jones. Parziale would shoot 39 in the front, leaving him with a lot of work to catch Robertson, who carded a 1 under 35. Nick Jones shot a 2 over 38, giving Robertson a 5-shot lead going into the back 9. Nick Jones began to mount a charge when Robertson bogeyed 10. Jones had a good look at birdie on 14, but narrowly missed. He did, however, birdie 15. They then came to the beautifully terrifying par 3 16th, a hole which Robertson doubled in the morning.
The 16th hole is just the morning round. I had it left on the beach, well, in the water, I think. And then this afternoon, a little bit more pressure. I had it miles right. So the finish here at Port Royal is just, it's so difficult.
The short par 5 17th was almost a disaster for Robertson as he nearly put it in the water. He recovered and made birdie, as did Jones. Parziale, who was putting together a nice back 9, rolled in this eagle putt, but it was too little, too late. Robertson stood on the tee with a 2-shot lead and easily made par to secure his first Goslings Invitational Championship and the prized exemption for the PGA Tour's Butterfield Bermuda Championship. 16-year-old Bermudian Oliver Betchert won low amateur and finished 3rd overall at 1 under.
Well, I mean, I heard that there were going to be some really high-level amateurs coming down to play this event, and I was really excited to be able to compete against them. But to actually end up top amateur in the Goslings Invitational this year. It means a lot, you know. It just proves that the hard work that I've been putting into my game is really paying off, and you know, I'm really glad that I was able to pull off this amateur win.
Congratulations to Oliver and overall champion Graham Robertson on their stellar play at the 2024 Goslings Invitational. For Golf Destination, I'm executive producer Stephen Icardi.
If you ever get the chance to come to the Goslings corporate headquarters here in Bermuda for a private tour, you won't be disappointed. I took one today and it was pretty unbelievable. Come see it with me. Goslings brand manager Andrew Holmes probably knows more about the Goslings brand than anyone who isn't named Gosling.
So when the Goslings arrived in 1806, they realized pretty quickly there was demand for rum on the island, but not enough land to cultivate the sugarcane needed to produce a lot of rum. In 1809, the British Navy arrived, and we all knew they like to enjoy their rum while they're sailing. So the Goslings began sourcing rums from all over the British West Indies, shipping them here to Bermuda and experimenting with blending and aging the rum to create their own style, which was originally only sold on draft. So you would bring your own bottles into the shop and they would fill them up right out of the barrel that it was aging in. So originally the rum was known as old rum, but Bermudians started going to the shop asking for the bottle with no label and the wax by the rum with the black seal. So it's the Black Seal blend that was created in the early 1800s, and the recipe's been handed down over 8 generations of the family. So every drop of the rum is blended here at the facility. So we're going to walk towards the Elliott Street side of the building.
After hearing about the rich history of Goslings rum, we were then guided through the facility. We led to where the rum is kept and aged in the oak barrels. All the barrels are numbered and aged for 8 years. All of the inside of the barrels are charred so that the more the rum interacts with that layer, the rum gets its color and accelerates the aging, and it filters the rum and takes some of the impurities out. The Spirited Seas rum, which is aged at sea, has a much more accelerated aging process because of the different temperatures and climates back and forth from Bermuda to the east coast of the United States. As we reached the end of our tour, it was now time to sample all of the Goslings brand, some that are only offered in Bermuda as well. The family of rums continues to grow with new rums and now flavored ginger beers. Amazingly, Goslings rum has been around since 1806, and they continue to be family owned and operated for over 200 years. Up next, we learn about Graham Robertson's victory when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings, the official rum of leisure.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. Now we hear more from this year's champion, Graham Robertson.
Last year, obviously qualified for the Open at Hoylake, the 151st Open, and ever since then, my golf game's just improved so much. I don't know why, but I've started to win golf tournaments. And then today, obviously, it was difficult today, and there's a lot of pressure. You want to win the PGA Tour Stop, and I think just the confidence I've had from playing in the Open last year just has fed into my game, and yeah, it's makes days like today a lot easier when you played in the Open Championship, a big tournament. Played a practice round at Port Royal on Sunday, and it was a complete opposite wind, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but it was tough. I mean, obviously I'm from Scotland, I play in the wind, kind of suited me, to be honest with you. I've had a long season in Scotland, playing in the wind, playing in tough conditions, so it was kind of being like back at home, to be honest with you, playing in those conditions, so it suited me really well, to be honest. So all year, I've done well this year back in Scotland, and all year I've focused on my game. I've had like a target in my head of what I want to get to, and my target today was to shoot level par in the afternoon. But Nick was doing such a good job. He was like, he wouldn't go away. He kept making birdies and giving himself chances, and I was under so much pressure, and I just had to focus on my kind of target in my head, and that's all I had to do. I thought, if I can shoot level par, I think I'll be okay, and that's what I tried to do.
Funny story about Graham Robinson, a player that played last year that couldn't come this year due to a work conflict. Played with Graham in Scotland and mentioned, you have to come to Bermuda and play this tournament. It's the funnest event I've ever played in. Connected us via email, and Graham and I spoke back and forth. Long story short, one of his partners and sponsors is a Newport and Boston guy. They all came down. We had a wonderful week, and let's face it, you know, Graham playing on the DP World Tour, playing in the Open Championship. I mean, this guy is a strong player. So I'm wishing him all the best.
It's amazing the fact that Graham is coming back in 2 weeks to compete in a PGA Tour event here in Bermuda on a course that he just played phenomenal at is why I can't wait to watch him.
I've watched it happen to so many guys where they get a start in an event and they do well and their career kicks on. So for me to get an opportunity like this it's amazing. So you just, as you say, you don't know what's going to happen. You can get a top 10 and then you're in the next week. So you just need to see what happens and take it from there. So.
Well, that wraps up this year's Goslings Invitational here in Bermuda. One player did get a PGA Tour exemption for the Butterfield Bermuda Championship in just a couple of weeks. And some good news announced, there will be another exemption for next year's tournament in 2025. Thanks for watching Golf Destination, and make sure to follow along on our YouTube channel and all of our social media outlets. I'm Meredith Gorman, and we'll see you next time on Golf Destination.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings, the official rum of leisure.
Duca del Cosma, Italian Golf Evolution. Puka, the original. Club Benchmarking, your partner on the path to data-driven leadership. Sociable, start trending sociably.